and welcome to the B interview series for Black entrepreneurs. I'm Jasmine McNeil, and all last month in the month of May, we interviewed Black entrepreneurs for Black Business Month. And so we wanted to kind of keep the interview series going. So today, I would like to welcome LaQwiesha Jackson from Braiding with the Twist Natural Boutique. Hi, LaQwiesha.
Hi, Jasmine. How are you? Thank you so much for having me on today.
Yes, thank you for coming in. So can you tell me a little bit more about your business?
Yes. Again, my name is LaQwiesha Jackson. I'm owner of Braiding with the Twist Natural Hair Boutique. I specialize in kids. I do all natural services, but my main passion is working with kids. So I do locks, I do braids, I do two-strand twists. I don't do any added hair though, so it's all just your natural hair.
I love that. So tell me what made you start your business and what made you just focus on kids and a braiding business without adding any hair? What made you start that?
Now that was truly the Lord. And I know you may hear that a lot. What if the Lord let me hear? But the Lord really did. I homeschooled my children, and we were getting ready to come down to the end of my son's 10th grade year. And I knew by that time I was going to have to start back working. And I was like, I didn't want to go back into the working field because I had been homeschooling about 10 years at that point. And we had moved to North Carolina, and it's cold here. I'm from Florida. So it's like, I don't want to go out in the cold weather to have to go to work. And I was talking to my stylist one day, and she had saw a little girl hair that I braided. And she was like, she didn't know I did hair. And she asked me, have I ever considered being a stylist? And I'm like, no. At that point, I was just doing little kids' hair in the neighborhood. You asked me how it started. I had my first child at 16, so I'm a girl. And so I have been doing her hair her whole life. She's 30 now. And so I would do her hair of the little kids in the neighborhood. And it's just a good feeling once you could braid the kids' hair and put the beads on it, how their face just lights up. So that's why I focus mainly on kids. I do all adults as well, but I like kids more. But just talking to my stylist, she's the one that introduced me because I had no intentions on doing hair. I have a master's degree in social work. So I was going to go back into the social work field. But like I said, I was new to North Carolina and didn't want to have to go out to work in the cold weather. So when she said that, that was just a light went off in my head. It was like, okay, well, maybe I can do this. And so she gave me the information about getting my license. And a year from the date that she mentioned it to me, I started in a salon. It was just a whirlwind. It just went so quick. I was not ready for it because I had never worked in a salon. So that's how I started. In August, it'll be 3 years that I've been out on my own.
That is a huge blessing.
Yeah.
And congratulations on that. So you've been doing this on your own for 3 years. Can you tell me, why do you think Black wealth and Black entrepreneurship is important for our community?
Right now, especially during this pandemic time, I've heard a lot of businesses saying that they're just not getting the money that's out there to help them sustain. And I think that if we had more money of our own, we can help more people. And I see a lot of people were like, oh, you went from a master's degree, now you're doing hair, like, is your business sustaining? And just by the grace of God, because I did start so late, our income, my salon income is not based off my household income. So the pandemic didn't necessarily affect my household because we've only been relying on my husband's income. But nevertheless, that hasn't been the case for everybody. So a lot of salons did suffer. A lot of stylists did suffer during this pandemic time, because whether they applied for the loan money and didn't get it, or whether they did apply for it and just didn't get a lot of it, their income suffered. And I think that if we have more in our own community, we're more willing to help and offer that assistance. And I hear a lot of people say that they really don't like supporting Black businesses because the prices are so high. Well, the prices are high because we don't get the same capital as the white or as the other people. We don't get that same capital. So you have to kind of raise your prices up to kind of make up on the front end what they're getting on the back end. And just being able to let kids see that anything is possible. I work in a salon suite with 19 other people. I have my own suite and it's 19 in there. So even if you hear people say, oh, the market is saturated, in my 3 years, there has never been a time where I have not been booked. Even with 18 other stylists surrounded with me, that still does not have an effect on my business. So then just no matter what you want to do, if you put your whole heart into it and just pray and ask the Lord to just lead and guide you, he'll bring the people to you, no matter what the market is.
I definitely agree with that. Thank you for that. Tell me about any barriers or challenges that you faced when you started out. So I know you said that you've been on your own for about 3 years. You kind of made a career switch. What challenges did you face when you were beginning?
Again, my situation may be a little different. I can honestly say that I haven't faced one. I, again, started a year from the date that I got my license. I went into a salon, and literally a year from that date, the salon closed. In that meantime, though, my salon owners had 2 of them. One of them was going out to be a yoga instructor. One of them was in college. So then during that year they were gone, I was seeing their clients. So I came in new, didn't have my clients, but at that time they were going out. So their clients were scheduling with me. So when they decided to close literally a year later, I had been doing all their clients' hair. So I can honestly say that 90% of the clients followed me when I left, and I still have those clients. So in that regards, as having a full schedule, I didn't face any barriers. My barriers came from my own self because I just wasn't confident in myself. This was still something new to me because I can talk you to death or lead you to the right place when it comes to guidance and counseling. And I know that I'm good with hair, but there's still that self-doubt, especially when I went from me in the salon with 2 other people and one full salon to a salon suite with 19 other people around me. And I'm looking at their stuff and their clients and just feeling like that I'm just not good enough. So I was my own barrier, not necessarily any outside circumstances.
Interesting. Yeah. Sometimes we can definitely be our own barriers. So tell me, what would you say is your key to success?
Mentors, having mentors. And don't be afraid to be a beginner. Nobody starts out excellent. No matter how good your craft is, you can always get better. So surrounding yourself around people that want to see you grow. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Your ego is not that big that nobody else can't help you. Even with where I'm at now, the owners, they're good about coming in, just offering information, passing through. If you need help, you can go up there and ask them, as well as all the other salon suite owners. If I have a question, they don't mind helping me. If they have questions about kids, they don't mind coming to me either. So then just being open to receiving outside help. I would really suggest the mentor though.
I agree. And I think, a big thing too is that your lane. You're comfortable in your lane. And I think that's very important when you're trying to become an entrepreneur, is operating in something that you're passionate about and something that you're good at, that is for you. Yeah. And so I think that's another thing that has been able to help you be successful and for things to go the way that they did, because you didn't try to operate in someone else's lane or anything like that.
And that doesn't mean that clients won't try you though, because on my website, it says I do not offer extensions. That still does not mean that on a daily basis, I won't have somebody calling. Oh, could you just add hair to the ends of it just to make it look fuller? Oh, could you just put this ponytail on here? No, ma'am, I do not. Because like you said, I stay in my lane. I know that I do not do extensions well. So then you're not going to walk up out of here saying that I did this and it doesn't look well.
Absolutely. So tell me, what are your future goals for your business?
While I am focusing more on children, because I do eventually want to be an all children salon, right now I am focusing on improving my services when it comes to locks. Of course, I have locks, and I do a lot of lock clients. So I want to learn how to offer more services in regards to repairing, restoring locks. And then once I transition, because when I do transition to the kids, I don't just want to do just braids for kids. I do still want to do locks as well, but then just timing my services with the kids, because I'm still taking a lot longer than I want to with the kids. And so then in order for me to transition over, I'm going to have to cut down on that time. So I have been taking classes online, and then I plan on taking a class in person with someone in Atlanta that just worked with kids. So I could kind of go shadow her to see how her setup is.
Awesome. So I have one more question for you. Do you have any advice for someone trying to break into entrepreneurship, or someone that just started and, maybe struggling a little bit? Do you have any advice for new entrepreneurs?
Yes, again, don't be afraid to start at the bottom. It's okay. Nobody is starting off in an excellent spot. And again, do the mentor. Find yourself a mentor, and don't let anybody talk you out of your niche. Stand in your lane, because there are plenty of people out here that would love your services, your product, no matter how many other people are out here. I was in one class, and you probably have seen this analogy, but they had showed that all these, when you go down the bread aisle, there are all these different types of bread. And they were like, suppose Nature's Own said that, oh no, I can't do this because Arnold's is on the shelf. No, they didn't. So then when you go down the bread aisle, there are 10 to 15 different types of bread. That's the same with your niche. Somebody is going to buy what you're selling. So don't be afraid to go out there and do it, because you already feel like the market is saturated.
I've never heard that analogy, but I love it. So thank you for sharing it with me and the viewers that probably never heard it. And thank you so much, LaQwiesha, for being here, for sharing your expertise and your time. Blessings for your business moving forward. And thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for interviewing me. Thank you.